Hi, my name is Ankur Das Gupta. I am at present the Vice President at #Orange. Top skills and the attitudes that we need to have. Discoverability is very important. That's how Instagram, you discover something and you see it and you do impulse buying at times, you would have realized, right? Take one or two subjects. It could be starting with, and SEO is very important to understand. So I would say that SEO needs slightly a technical bent of mind, but if you have that, or if you don't have that, it's fair enough. But you can learn certain operational aspects of how Google AdWords function, how Facebook ads execution functions, and this is ample material available on the net. I mean, before even doing any crash course, I would say just search it out on the net, understand, and this is very plain, simple, language. You will find all the execution details. Try it out yourself, create an account, and do a dummy testing for yourself. One thing that is important is preparing yourself to work in a team-driven culture, right? When you join an organization, you work with a bunch of people, right? The ability to be agile, the ability to work with multiple stakeholders, working with various teams, working with various individuals will help you learn better. Tomorrow, if you have a colleague who is better in, for example, knows a lot about strategy, it does not take money, effort, time. All it takes is little bit, bent of mind towards learning. If you just keep talking to that person over a period of time that, hey, what do you do and how do you think, right? Whenever I talk to my mentors or coaches, I always think, how do you think? What makes you think like this that I'm not able to think? So when you have these fruitful discussions, I think it helps. When we think about digital marketing as a holistic picture, we should think about certain basic things, that how the strategy should be formed, the digital marketing strategy, how it resonates with the brand or the product with whom you're closely working for or working with. Digital marketing is a combination of multiple aspects. However, when we think about digital marketing, think about what is relevant to a particular topic or a particular subject, and then think about these are the particular things that should go into a particular plan. But yes, you should know about most of these things so that you can have the ability to correlate one to the other. You can keep doing multiple courses, and there are a plethora of courses. As I said, if you want to dive deep, just do a course from Indian School of Business, or do an MBA in marketing. There is no limit to that. I think India has got a plethora of opportunities. The easiest way to do that is, even before you start doing that, I think you should start reading yourself. That helps best. And do one or two crisp courses from, for example, Udemy, or there are so many courses available. Just spend $500,000 and do a course and the topic you feel that is relevant. As I said, there are multiple interconnected links within an ecosystem of digital marketing. So again, that's the reason why you should look into digital and pursue your digital marketing in very focused manners, in a phased manners. For example, this year I'm going to accomplish this, the next year I'm going to accomplish this. That makes your task much easier. And try and getting a mentor or a coach who can guide you through this whole process. It's very important. I till date have a mentor, and I think that guidance over a period of time really helps, because courses are endless. Courses absolutely you can keep doing. It's depending on what kind of education you have done. For example, if you have passed out from B school, then depending on your skill set as to where you have passed out from, it could be for example, if you're passed out from ISB, for example, it could you're starting CTC would obviously range upwards of 10 lakhs per annum, upwards of that. Doing specific certain small crash courses and then joining a job, obviously your salary would be much lesser, but probably in your initial career you may not want to focus on the salary piece that much as you want to focus on the learning. Also, for example, even if you're getting like a 20K per month and you're doing you've done your internship and entered into a job where you started to learn the essential aspects of digital marketing, trust me, within a span of 1 year, if you do another long-term course, sky's the limit. Now, while we are thinking about the growth journey, try to learn as much possible within the whole aspect of digital marketing, and not only learning one it again depends on your aspiration, right? If you want to become a skill set driven person, like for example, if you want to become an SEO champion, and if you want to be known, you want to do that for the next 10 years, nothing wrong with that. But you have to know that, right? You have to know that I want to become a Facebook execution expert, and that's what I want to do. But if you have aspiration to, all right, I want to become the CEO of a company, or the president of a company over a period of time, then you have to work towards learning as much as possible in the complete domain, because then you become answerable, and then you need to think through the complete aspect of it, and not only from the aspect of one Facebook or one SEO aspect. So that's it in a nutshell. Professional setbacks, coming to the point, has been many. I think every day has not been the same for me. There has been pain points, there has been problems and challenges which has stayed there, lingered on, and we have always thought how to solve this problem. When I joined Yahoo, it was a lot of things was new for me at that point of time. I'm way back in 2000 later part of 2007, how this whole ecosystem functions, and everything was a paperless environment. Everything had a software attached to it, so there was no requirement of a pen and paper, right? Everything was the inventory, as you call the impressions, clicks, everything was booked via softwares, and there used to be multiple approval levels and channels attached to it. So there were disappointments because we considered that to be a disappointment, because that was a continuous learning experience. Once we learned how to do it, right, how to handle that particular disappointment, it was no more a disappointment. So think about very focused aspects in your initial career. Don't, the mistake that I did was when I was given an NCERT book in class 10th, what I did was, pick up all the international authors books and read 10 books, and, my parents were saying, that all the questions will come from NCERT, and, why would you read all these folks books and these big books, did not make sense. Although it's good, but the timing, when to read that, right? When you evolve over a period of time, when you write, I know this thing like at the back of my mind, now I will read Resnick and Halliday, right? Now I will read Renan Martin. Right? There is a particular time to read something. So that is where you need to focus on, take particular aspects, focus on that, and understand where you want to drive, not 5 years, but at least 12, 15 years down the line. Do you want to grow into a leadership position? Then you have to evolve in terms of learning as much as possible and gradually in the shortest time possible. That's what your growth factor will come from. All the best.
If you like our video, then give us a thumbs up and comment your thoughts and subscribe to our channel.